It was dark days when they used to say that Adam Sandler had a movie coming out.
You ain't lying.
Boy, that meant that we had torture ahead of us. Man, we had suffering.
The greatest thing was him signing that Netflix deal.
I know, man. And people even begged for us to watch those things. I said, I need a break.
Yeah.
Let Daddy have a break, please. Please. I already got a deal with Marlon Wayans. Like, just give me a break, please.
So I want the Celtics to cover. I want the Celtics halftime. I want Garnett points and rebounds.
Tell you what I know. That's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
It's also a dark day because I do not like criticizing this man. We're actually, our fates are intertwined, Martin. We have the same birthday.
Do you?
Adam Sandler and I.
No.
September 9th.
Oh,
September 9th. You know, so we were born to have this struggle for the rest of our lives.
You were destined.
Destined to fight the rest of our lives. I don't like fighting with my brother over here, my birthday brother. That's why and also it's not only the birthdays, but they talk about this movie Uncut Gems where he's so great. I don't like criticizing Adam Sandler's movies. I really don't. And I know I do it and it's all fun and we get a lot of views and people have a kick out of hearing us just go off. But Adam Sandler is a good actor, a great actor.
Yeah, he is.
He's been in, turns out today great acting don't make that much money.
Right. Right. You got to do the comedy bullshit to make enough money that you can afford to do small dramatic films.
Unless he can be a superhero on a green screen or do some dumb shit, then, it's just not that much money. His fans want to see him do the dumb shit. But even in the movies that I don't like, I still like Adam Sandler, man. Now, there's a couple. Little Nicky, you can kiss my ass on that. That. 8 Crazy Nights. Hell no. When he plays the character that talks like this to the heart. Like, can you seriously, man? Put an ice pick through my eardrums, man. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So when Adam Sandler, is in a movie, a lot of times I don't like the movie unless he's doing something just extreme Sandler. But usually I like him. He's just a guy that I believe that his laid back attitude and his personality is very appealing, even in some of the movies that get on my nerves. That's why I really want to praise him in some of the movies that he's in or some of the movies that he does. So when they say that Adam Sandler is going to thespian Sandler, then I'm like, okay, finally, I can give this man the praise that I want. Like with this movie right here, Uncut Gems. Now, I'm not sure yet how I feel about this movie. Actually, I'm just not going to say because we haven't done a review yet. but people are praising this, and it's actually a double whammy here that I might like this movie because not only does it have Adam Sandler, but it has 2 directors that I love very much. At least I love the last film, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's the winning combination, or at least it should be.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. That's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
I've been talking about one of his movies.
Grown-ups and a grown-ups too.
Yeah. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What is he, a coach? Nah, he just a crazy ass Jew.
Yeah. I think the beginning of the movie can be a little overwhelming because at the beginning of the movie, don't watch this with a migraine because everybody is talking over each other. There's a lot of screaming. There's too many people in a cramped space. They got shit in the office that doesn't work that they're screaming to try to fix.
And there's stuff all over the office.
There's stuff it's
cluttered.
It's cluttered. There are people slapping the shit out of him in his office, and it's just nonstop chaos, man. Yeah. And when I watch it, I was like, Jesus, man, somebody shut up. I can't take this. Stop. I just want to be like, shut the f out. Settle down. You go to your office. You go home. It was crazy, and there's weird things going on with customers that are coming in. You don't understand. Who's what roles people have.
Stanfield's coming in. He's mumbling something.
Keith Stanfield, who listen, I'm gonna go. Let me just get this out the way so I don't have to go back to it later because the cast in this is great. Keith Stanfield's always great, man. That guy, not crazy range, but more range than I ever thought he would. Looking at him in this, between this and Knives Out.
Knives Out, yeah.
he's in there. You don't understand what role he is.
Exactly.
Like, is he a customer? Is he an athlete? Is he is he casing the place? I don't know.
Right. Does he bring in customers? He's got his own set of watches. Is he dealing these out of the store, or are they just being held there? What's going on?
What the f is happening here, man? I really don't know, and you're not gonna know. And it's a weird film. I mean, now if the chaos isn't crazy enough for you, this movie is kind of a mixture of realistic street hustle and life and magic. I was like, how is this shit mixing together? The thing that kicks off the events in this film, but when we get here, Howard's already f***ed up.
Yeah,
let's get that straight. This man had
it doesn't take you long to figure that out.
Before they put the cameras on this man and start chronicling his story for us, we already know, man, you were f***ed up way before we got here. Mm-hmm. That's why you're getting your ass beat by these henchmen that are following you around everywhere.
Yeah, if you got henchmen following you and pushing you around and other people glaring, but then some people handing you packets of money and every third person is going, hey, where's my money, Howard? You know this guy's in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take an ass whooping. Like, people, they deliver ass whoopers to him like Amazon packages.
Right. Can you sign here first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me pow.
Yeah, they sign his fist rate. Okay. And they slap the shit. They these henchmen that just show up like they're customers and don't give a who's around, and they slap the shit out of him, and he looks at them people like, the f. He's like, don't worry about it. You know, they're friends.
Yeah.
Friends,
yeah.
Shit, I hate to see your enemies when they come over here. Let me know when they're arriving, because I'm getting the f out. There is a lot that you don't understand, that you have to wait for all this to get put together, especially between, what is this? Now in the magic, everything that gets kicked off when really Howard can't shut his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Howard, in the beginning of the movie, we see Ethiopian mines being dug up. There's this jewel it's jewel encrusted rock, and we go into one of the stones, and it's cosmic, and we're all in space and everything. And just to let you know, the message they're giving you in this movie, when they pull out of the space, we are coming out of Howard's ass. He's having a colostomy. That's just to show you his life is shit. You see his shit tube up on the screen. And he's going to the thing that he wants to do that they're not showing you in the trailer, which, you know, this is cool. They don't show you everything, but what he's doing, he's trying to actually auction off this jewel way above the price it needs to be auctioned off, by the way. But he can't shut his mouth. He should just keep this secret, especially with people coming around trying to collect money from him. But Kevin Garnett is in the place like, all right, Kevin, let me show you what I got here. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. Kevin Garnett looks into this shit. I mean, I'm saying, I knew I was going to do that shit. Kevin Garnett from the Boston Celtics. Kevin Garnett looks into the stone and all of a sudden turns into Gollum. Like, I gotta have this, man. I gotta have this. I'm in touch with my ancestors. It's gonna help me play better. And he takes the shit.
Yeah.
Takes it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just borrow it, Howard. I'll bring it back to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
he takes it.
Just kind of bum rushes out
So
of it.
now, what is Howard gonna do now that this stone that he needs to auction off for the money he needs to pay off his debts? How is he gonna do that with the time limitation, with Kevin Garnett not giving it back? What's he gonna do when Kevin Garnett decides, like, my magical powers are actually making me play better?
I can't give this back.
What if I don't ever want to give it back? Also, what if it really does have powers that's making it work better? And Howard sees a scheme in this. Looking at all this chaos that's happening, if the first 20 minutes and the setup with magic and everything doesn't give you a headache, and it could for some people, you realize that it really is all kind of metaphor. It's a metaphor for the chaos that is this man's life right here.
Yeah.
If that bothers you, then tune out now, because it only gets crazier from that point.
It does, but you begin to get used to it.
Yeah. And you begin to see that this is his life.
Yeah, because with all this stuff happening to him, anybody else would put the brakes on it. Like, I gotta deal with this.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have somebody on the side. Maybe I gotta tighten up my business. But he never stops. He's constantly. He never stops talking. He never stops moving. Never stops telling people, "Hey, I'm gonna get this to you." He's lying. There's this person, as if it's nothing. Like water just comes out. Some shit he's selling might be real, maybe not. And you watch him at first. You don't even like him. He's just too sleazy. No, he's so sleazy. You're like, man, this is one of these movies where the villain is the protagonist of the movie. But there's something about him, the way his persistence, he does kind of win you over. And you're like, all right, but underneath all this, he's got a good heart. He's just also a up with a gambling addiction.
But he has an addiction.
And every time we see him start to kind of get ahead, and you're rooting for him like, hey, this might work out. He goes and bets. And you're like, God damn it, man.
That's the thing.
It's over and over. You should get used to it, to where you go like, you know what, I don't even care anymore. And yet every time it's like, come on, Howard. You can do this, man.
The movie does make you root for him. It's like, look, you already put the money down. Yo, fuck up. All I can do is just hope you win. And there are moments where you really do hope he wins. It's like, win and get your shit together, Howard.
Yeah.
God damn you. This is something where if you're a fan of these directors, the Safdie Brothers, I believe their names are Josh and Benny. If you're a fan of the Safdie Brothers, then you know that they are actually attracted to a certain type of character. What we see here with Howard is not too different from what we see with Robert Pattinson's character in that movie Good Time.
Constantine or Connie. They call him.
Yeah, these are heavily flawed people where we come in the middle of the worst part of their lives, and we get to see them make one bad decision after another.
Just keep your head down.
Turn around.
He's all right. We didn't.
I never get enough of that. That was the first moment I laughed at the movie. People looked at me like, "Are you crazy?" Yes, I am. My face to watch this movie.
Not as crazy as him though.
Yeah, please, I'm not jumping through windows. Howard, like this character in Good Time, Howard makes one bad decision after another. And the more he tries to cover up those bad decisions, the more he compounds his problems.
Yeah.
And those problems lead to being followed around by these goons that are looking at him, where we keep wondering, like, okay, how many times you gonna keep pissing these guys off where an ass whooping's not gonna do? They're gonna kill you. He keeps making these bad decisions. He keeps trying to cover up bets with more bets. But I ain't gonna lie, man, it's fascinating to see his hustle.
It is, right?
It's fascinating to see that there's just, this is it's fascinating to see like the magic behind his hustle, as a gambling addiction will do. Any kind of addiction will do.
Yeah.
It says something. Looking at him and what he's doing, it's really amazing to see the deals that he makes, how fast he makes them, and how he can get across town and get himself out of trouble when there's something, when the heat is on him, when he should be dead.
Yeah.
It says what it is. What's so fascinating about it, and this is why I keep talking about this character, because that's what draws you into the movie. Looking at him and do his hustle really says something about addiction itself. It says that, you know what? If you really want something, and that something is a thing that you're addicted to, you will actually do anything to get it, and a lot of times be successful. How come you can't do that shit for good things in your life?
But that's the thing. It's the addiction sends your mind into hyperdrive to where it can work angles that you normally couldn't. Because that addiction is like, listen, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
And I'm getting behind the wheel. I'm taking control, and we gonna block out everything else and only focus on getting this. And we see so many movies about a drug addiction. And with drug addiction, you watch a person physically deteriorate and all the things that go along with that. But with gambling addiction, like gambling addiction and sex addiction are addictions that people don't take quite as seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, because you might not even know what's going on.
And plus with those, people still put a stigma on that where I don't see the physical toll behind it.
Right.
So I don't even acknowledge it.
Why don't you just stop making bets, man?
Yeah, why don't you stop
exactly.
Yeah, but you look at Howard, you don't see that with him, man, and it does bring you into his addiction. And that's one of the reasons why you actually feel for this character, because this guy has a problem. He can't control himself. You think somebody wants to have their ass beat in front of their customers and then they just take it? No, they keep taking it because they know that they keep wanting having a score on something. It's a fascinating study, and it puts you in the mindset of his addiction, seeing him run around. And it's a painful thing to see that his family, and you can't blame the family, man. Adina Menzel plays his wife, and she can't stand him. She said, I hate you. His kids hate him, except for his son, who's kind of dumb too.
do his kids hate him? Because they seem like they like him. Like for the most part, they are oblivious to what's going on.
The daughter didn't like his ass.
Okay,
the daughter was just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Okay,
are you going?
Yeah,
yeah. Don't praise me for whatever.
Well, yeah, because there's that whole like him not coming home and always having excuses as to why he's not home.
Yeah, but you should hate him. Sleazy and greasy is what he is.
Yeah,
but you should
just sweaty.
Yeah, just I should say just moist. You need to have a snail shell on his back. He's slimy as and you should hate him, but you really do feel for him. And it's an amazing job at what the Safdie brothers do with making you feel for this kind of character. You almost feel for him. Forget the addiction. You almost feel for him because he's just stupid too.
Yeah, that too. Heard an interview with Adam Sandler last week where he talked about working on this movie with the Safdie brothers and how this character is based. Like they have an uncle who worked in the Diamond District.
Yeah,
and that's where they got a lot of their research. Like they have to go around and see the whole the way it worked. What
the Safdie brothers do is that they do have these really just otherworldly moments here. Again, having magic here, but the thing you want to know is Adam Sandler as great as people say he is? And yeah, he is, man. A lot of the things that you see with Adam Sandler bringing that sympathy to this character that doesn't deserve any, really, it's coming from his performance.
No, if he ever did a performance that deserved an Oscar, this is the one. Like I said, because he's carrying this movie.
He has a lot of appeal. I don't know how he'd do playing a villain or having to do a real great stretch or something. I don't know if he can play a British dude or something, but I don't know. But he does have a way of really making you relate to a person, even if the person is somebody that as we say is a person you should by all means at least be frustrated by, at most hate the fuck out of.
Yeah, it's fun to watch him, but I knew if I knew this guy, 30 seconds in, I'm like, I got to get out of here.
Man, the way you're talking right now, you would defend that dude. I'm not saying in a bad way. You'd be like, look, y'all, he has a problem.
I would. I totally would. I wouldn't say fuck him, but I would defend him, but I wouldn't want to hang out with him.
I've been your Howard for years.
I mean, that is the thing, because I couldn't completely go, write him off, because it's like, he can't help it.
But the Safdie brothers, man, I know a lot of it comes from Adam Sandler. He is carrying this movie, but the Safdie brothers need to be given a lot of credit, man, because while Adam Sandler is great in this, these guys are just great with people. They're great with not just actors, but they're great with directing people. There's like the last movie where I say I love that movie because they have so many people in there who are not actors that because they're not professionally trained, they feel more real.
You know what? I always hate when they have athletes act in movies, but I thought Kevin Garnett was really good.
I was going to say Kevin Garnett is so good in this, man. And I would dare say
I had
that,
to check to make sure. It's like, is he a real basketball player? Because
oh yeah, no, he is. He's a big time basketball player, man. Been in the game for a long time. But Kevin Garnett is great in the movie, and you have to think about if these guys are great with people. There's Kevin Garnett's performance is probably coming from the Safdie brothers, and also because the Safdie brothers create this thing where so many people are on set under their direction, where they're being directed so well that everybody's just feeding and vibing off each other because everybody's so good and they're bringing the best out of them. This is actually the rap. I want to give credit to them. I just saw this interview a while back and I want to play it again because they talked to Kevin Garnett. And Kevin Garnett was saying that. He's like, this just working. They say, how is it coming in and how do you think, what made you so good in the movie? And he gave credit. He's very humble and said, man, just being around a lot of great talent.
I like to think that the energy around the set was very conforming. Adam was very patient with some of the scenes.
Now, see, right now, you're expecting a locker room behind him. I was like, really? He can act? Really?
He really can.
Yeah, No, he can. Or at least he can act with the right directors. I was like, damn, man, this movie accomplishes a lot on so many levels, man. These guys, these Safdie brothers, man, they're good with people. They're good with actors. They're good with pacing. energy.
So good with pacing and making so many crises in one place without it seeming histrionic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's got these gangsters that are coming after him. He's constantly making bets. And this meteor, this stone, the precious stone that he's loaned out under duress, or at least he didn't want to, with the whole, the idea is you're going to bring it back tomorrow. I need it early tomorrow. And you think about that. You loan something to somebody and say, all right, as long as you bring it back the next day. And they say, oh, yeah, no problem. And then they don't contact you.
Yeah.
And you just got to spend the whole day chasing them down when you didn't want them to take it in the first place.
As bad as Howard is in the movie, Adam Sandler's character, you kind of get mad at the people around him too. Kevin Garnett is just kind of like, man, just give him a rock back.
Yeah.
You know this guy's got a problem.
And Lakeith Stanfield talking to him like, nigga, what?
yeah.
What?
Just disappearing when he knows this guy needs him. Yeah.
Yeah. You're stoned. What? You'll get. Why are you asking about that? What?
But then you got to think this movie's so complicated. You got to think like
I know.
People
later
are tired of
Yes.
dealing with him.
Yes.
They're just kind of like, man, you should have had your shit together a long time ago. And I'm tired of dealing with you.
Yeah.
You embarrass me everywhere I go, and I'm trying to help you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The nature of some relationships don't get revealed until later.
Yeah. And like I said, the thing with this movie, man, is that it's got a lot of different things going on, even with the look of it. It's not the same cinematographer as the last movie, but they do a good job at capturing the things that I'm sure these directors were aiming for. Like I said, they got the streety greet life going on.
The streety greet life.
I just heard that. I was like, geez, that sounds like a blues singer. Streety greet life.
That's a good one.
Streety greet life.
Yeah, I got that streety greet life. Going on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my streety greet life.
Y'all know nothing about that.
How y'all doing tonight? I got a song for you. Hey, I heard streety greet life playing. I even started saying, what the f did you just say? I'm like, what are you on?
Even I had my head to play that back. I was like, what?
Streety greet life. I might have to actually make that a character. I'm like, the chat I like the way they already got albums, man. Streety Greek Life, the DT album by Matinee Coleman and Lucy Herman and Juicy Herman. Streety Greek Life. Performing this week at Stubbs. No, it's got that gritty street life. No, we can't go back to that. No, don't even try.
Pick some new words.
No, you can't do that, brother. You got to do something else. You that up. You can't. Ain't no coming back. We locked that door already. But they do show you like the gritty street life, and they portray it, and the cinematographer is doing a great job because it looks real. But then it looks at a moment, it looks like it's what people like to say, cinema verite. It's never really documentary, but between the real people we have in the movie and just being out in the middle of the street, no real fancy lighting, anything, you feel like that's real. And then they get into the nightlife. When they get into the nightlife, that's when we get into all the mood lighting, the colored lighting, and we get into like this really dreamy state of a film right here that further reflects this craziness and paranoia and addiction, and just the danger that Howard's in.
And that cinema verite makes you feel like you're there.
Yeah, I'm talking about Percy Clifton presents Streety Greek Life. I'm sorry. Raja 8907. Yeah. Let me ask, because I'm gonna get into some things right here, man. Right. That just some small criticism with the movie. Do you have anything that you didn't like about the film?
No. Because the whole, I liked how it, like starting where it did in Ethiopia, digging things up, and that going into the stone, like the legend of the stone.
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what? After what they did with Good Time, this is really something ambitious and different.
Yeah, it is.
And it's good to see that they're not just doing, well, this worked out before, let's do this again with different characters.
Yeah. What got me about the film, I think, is that I thought it's like 2 hours and 12 minutes. I did think that there were some things that could have been cut. Because the movie really does have a great pace to it, frantic pace to it. For me, and
2 hours and 12 minutes is a long time. I guess I was watching at home. So I might have stopped somewhere just to take to do something.
I can see that because I watched the whole thing, and there was even a moment I was like, "Do you want to stop?" And because my wife was watching it with me, and I could tell she was always sweating. It's like, this is too much. Do you want to take a break? And she's like, "Nah." And I think this might be a help, but I think the movie could have been shorter if they had cut out the moments with the weekend.
Oh, I mean, having him singing. You know what? No, because that plays into something later toward the end. It really puts you at a big question mark about what's going to happen with the end.
I see. I can see that. I have to
because you think about the instability that also introduces into things.
Yeah, but that's just me. But I thought they could have done that, I believe, without focusing so much on the character. I think that they spent so much time with The Weeknd. We're talking about the singer, y'all. The Weeknd. He's in the movie. I think they did it because they got The Weeknd, and they were like, they were like, "Wait, we got a big guy in this movie. We better make a big singer. We better make the most of it."
Possibly.
I just felt that could have been shorter. I didn't like the ending of the movie either. I thought
really?
I just thought it was kind of typical for a movie like this because I kind of thought like, this is going to happen. And it did, and I was hoping they wouldn't do it. I wish it had some other conclusion.
While I was hoping that, and it played out, I think for a second I felt like you did, but then that ending stuck with me for a while.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow.
I mean, in a way,
what was?
I can see, but there are certain things like, and a lot of people aren't bothered by it, but the ending, I just thought, of course we did it like this. I wish we hadn't, but because I was thinking so many other things that could have been done for something like this. And there's a reason there's a reason why I don't like these kind of particular endings. Mm-hmm. But again, that's personal. But I like the movie, man. I like the movie a lot. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's another great effort by these directors, man. Yeah, I'd give this full price.
Yeah, this movie is going in my top 10 for the year. It's a high full price.
Yeah, I really do want to go back and see what other movies they do.
Yeah, what have they done other than this and Good Time?
I think they did a movie about Street of Greek life. the story of and if they haven't, they should. Yeah.